Whoa! Sorry you had to see that. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Those Movie Dudes podcast. Glad to be here once again, talking about some new release movies, talking about some movie news, playing a little bit of trivia, seeing what Nate's choice might end up being this week. Will we guess it? Probably, but we're still going to do it. And just have a lot of fun along the way. So why don't we watch Bridget Jones' Diary and have a good time and bring in my fellow dudes, Gritty and Penelope. And let's bring in my other friends, Spencer and Nate.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll push the button.
And our internet is not our friend today. What the hell?
Oh, wait, you don't even have control. That's right.
Uh-oh.
You're not there?
I have Nate. Hey, Nate, what's up, man?
Hi, I'm here. Hello. Hi.
Hey, pal. Oh, there he is. Spencer in all his glory.
Hey, can you hear me? Check. Mic check.
Yeah, I can hear
One,
you.
two.
I can
Okay.
absolutely hear you. I really want to...
Let me in now.
Okay, guys.
Okay, I'm done.
That's fine.
I promise.
That's fine. Thank you.
I promise.
I really wanted
I'm
to try
done.
that joke where I pretend these are my best friends, because in reality they kind of are, and then you guys are also my friends, but I forget to mention you first. That's a good joke, right?
You already did the joke in the intro.
Yeah, I know, but I'm explaining it now.
Oh, okay. Those are
All
the
right,
best.
so that
jokes.
was-
You have to explain them. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the
I'm
episode.
sure people are laughing in their cars like crazy. They're almost crashing their cars. It's so funny.
Wait, this will show if I like football or not. I want to see if I can guess. What's the number?
Do you want me to show you?
Just the number.
Oh, you want to show you the number and then guess who it is?
Yeah. Teddy Bruschi.
You got it.
Ooh.
That's it.
Football!
Good job, man.
Football!
Well, I still have the tags on this jersey. I refuse to wear it out of the house because if I ruin it, I'll be really sad.
Is that
Teddy
a
Bruschi
retro
made
or
a-
something?
He made a bunch of commercials. Was it for Papa John's?
Mm-hmm.
Teddy
I think
Bruschi?
so.
Did he really?
Yeah. Was it Teddy Bruschi? I don't know. He was.
Well,
it was
Peyton
some
Manning
sort of
did.
like pizza place. I don't know.
That must
Maybe
have
the guy
been
that
a
just
while
left
ago. I don't remember
Bruschi.
those.
I was gonna say
But if you
Peyton
wanna see
Manning
him-
did Papa John's, didn't he?
He
He's like,
definitely
"Hi, I'm
did. do
Peyton
Papa
Manning, and I
John's.
have a big forehead.
Right. Peyton Manning is with United Way now, and he does little commercials with Brad Paisley, and they make fun of his forehead. Because there's a commercial where Peyton Manning's like, "Hey, I should wear your hat," and then Brad Paisley's like, "It would never fit you."
Oh, that is so funny. That's why he and
It's
Carrie
pretty-
Underwood
it's
host
pretty
the Country Music Awards and not the Oscars.
Does anybody watch that?
The
Mm-mm.
Country Music Awards.
Yeah. I feel like that would be like the worst television experience of all time. like honestly, the Oscars is not really that entertaining. Imagine watching the Country Music Awards.
Yeah, but at least they have like live performances and stuff. I
They're the
feel like the Country Music Awards is more fun. I would say they probably have a lot more fun. Where the Oscars, they have to like kind of stick to a strict formal type of.
That's true. But at the Country Music
way of
Awards,
doing
you
it.
can't see Miley Cyrus win her first Grammy.
Oh God, please no.
Please, come on. Are you
No.
kidding me?
I just won my first Grammy.
Woo! She sure did.
And
she
then
earned it.
she fell off the face of the earth. Oh.
She'll never have another hit single.
Ah.
Well, good to be back, everybody.
You guys watch any movies the last couple of weeks?
No.
No.
I've been on a
None.
dry spell. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've watched a few. Some for the pod, and one because I just wanted to put it on my list because I need numbers at this point, and I'm not happy about it.
Was it Jackpot?
Yeah. I've never wanted to put
Jesus.
a bullet through the back of my head more than when I watched Jackpot.
What about Borderlands?
I'm more upset about that because I went to the theater, bought popcorn, went through the whole process of like sitting down and driving myself to the theater to witness that train wreck of a film. So Jackpot did take me 2 days to finish.
I heard Kate Blanchett was very upset about what you said.
Oh wow. Good. Fuck her. She sucks.
I
And
wanna-
she always has.
I want to do a thing where I make like fake tweets from celebrities, and then I'll be like, "John, did you hear what someone said about you this week?" And have Tom Brady be like, "John's stupid."
Oh my god, I'd be so upset about that one.
Did you see the whole Megalopolis trailer? Like how it led with bad reviews of Francis
Oh,
Ford
that's
Coppola's bad or his movies like The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, Godfather 3 or something, or no, Dracula, and like it was all fake AI generated reviews blurbs, and so they took down the trailer because they got embarrassed, fired the marketing director, and then they re-released the trailer with no fake marketing blurbs. But
Good for them.
I mean,
for
interesting
them.
tactics, I guess, but like AI just makes it too easy now to lie about everything because like trailers are already having like fake shots thrown in there, and like Marvel does it all the time, you know, and like that's never been a problem. So fake reviews, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. It was pretty funny though, like how they were leading with the Megalopolis trailer, just a bunch of his bad reviews of like his best movies. So I don't know if you even saw that trailer, but I don't know what that movie is supposed to be.
I did not see that trailer.
Oh,
the only thing I know of it is that like the 40-second one with Adam Driver on top of a skyscraper.
Yeah,
Like,
have you not
that's
seen
it.
any trailers for it?
That's the only thing I've seen. I'm kind of going in blind because I feel like if I look too much into it, I'm just gonna be like, eh. I just want to be like, oh, this is Francis Ford Coppola in the theater. Boom, let's do this, and then figure out what happens after that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's that movie, and then The Kinds of Kindness, where I'm like apprehensive to watch both of them. But
I'm so excited.
Isn't Kinds of Kindness like out somewhere? It's been out.
It's been out in theaters for a while, but that's actually a little tease on what's coming up for first time watching. Kinds of Kindness is going to be a pick later in September as a first time watch. So it's going to come to Hulu this week. So you can watch it on Hulu, I think by August 30th. So towards the end of September, Nate and I will have a first time watch episode sometime on a Thursday. So stay tuned for that. Because I haven't seen it yet. Nate hasn't seen it yet. It looks weird, but it's Yorgos. You have to go in.
Yorgos, man.
I don't know if you have to, but
Stone.
It's Emma Stone is the draw for me, not Yorgos
I've heard Jesse Plemons is the standout. I've heard he is incredible in the movie, and Hunter Schafer's in the movie as well.
All right, well, that's all you have to say.
Haley Spaney, freaking.
If only.
Is Haley Spaney? There's no way.
No, I was trying to.
You can't tell the John because he'll actually watch it and then actually drop it down.
Be in everything. She can't be in everything. It's not fair. But she is in everything now. It's like, I'm sorry, but like, I feel like she caught on a little too fast. Everyone's like, she's gonna be a star. Maybe she paid some people off.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Some Illuminati stuff going on. She can't be in Civil War and this in the same year. I don't know. When she was nothing last year. Yeah, that's like a little weird. Like, how did she just star in so many movies all of a sudden? No.
Priscilla.
Yeah.
Conspiracies, man.
No,
I don't buy it.
It's the new wave of celebrity that's coming through. Like the 70s had De Niro, Pacino, and all that stuff. The 90s had like Johnny Depp, DiCaprio.
All it takes is just you got to have luck and get cast in a big project with a big name director, and then you got to give a really good performance. You got to deliver, and then that director hopefully will word of mouth like just to start like praising you to other directors, other filmmakers. They'll see their work and be like, "Oh wow, that's actually really good," and like we'll cast them in my own stuff. Like that's how Paul Mescal, that's how Kaylee Spaney. It's how all these Sydney Sweeney. It's how all these. Well, not Sydney Sweeney, just because she has big tits, but all these other.
We're well aware of that.
Well, Lordy for sure. All these other actors kind of just like fell into these roles and have now blown up to become the next big thing.
My mom was surprised to find that Sydney Sweeney showed her tits even in a movie where she plays a nun. She was like, "Really?
Spoilers.
Are you kidding me?" I'm sorry. I mean, what do you expect? It's a movie with Sydney Sweeney.
You haven't seen Immaculate?
No.
That's not.
That would have been a really nice surprise, but now I'm not going to watch it.
If it's Sydney Sweeney, you can probably bet on the fact that she's going to show you.
Go watch The Voyeurs if you really want to see them. I haven't even seen them.
Okay.
Anyway, Spencer, do you have any questions for us?
Don't have any questions, but we can get into some movie news. Oh yeah.
This is movie news.
All right. I got a couple of just general movie news topics for you guys, two in particular, and then we'll get into the summer movie recap, kind of give out the Those Movie Dudes awards, if you want to say. We'll call it that. But the first bit of news that I wanted to talk to you guys about is something that when I saw this announcement, I got kind of excited because you haven't seen this actor jump on a project like this in a while. So here we go. So Tom Cruise got cast in Alejandro Iñárritu's next film. He has done Birdman. He has done The Revenant. He did some weird Spanish movie on Netflix last year that no one really saw, but it got nominated for an Academy Award. But he's now going to do this movie with Jesse Plemons, Riz Ahmed, Sandra Hüller, John Goodman. I don't know if I said Jesse Plemons already, but he's in it. And Sophia Wilde from Talk to Me and Michael Stuhlbarg. So it's got a really good cast. The premise is a little weird. So the story follows the most powerful man in the world who embarks on a frantic mission to prove he is humanity's savior before the disaster he's unleashed destroys everything. Tom Cruise is going to be the lead. He hasn't done a project like this in a while. He's just been doing his Mission Impossible, big spectacle blockbusters. And now he gets to actually maybe go for an Oscar shot. So does this...
He's been nominated for before, like Collateral. Collateral, Risky Business.
Nope.
No, Collateral.
Few Good Men. Yep. Born on the 4th of July and Magnolia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He wasn't nominated for like Valkyrie or
Nope, not for an Oscar. I mean, maybe for some other like Golden Globes or something. But for an Oscar, he's only gotten 3 nominations. He got nominated for like a producer for Top Gun Maverick, but he has not gotten the
I'm gonna be
an acting win by any means. So
I don't think he will unless it's like a career Oscar at the end of his career. I really
can't
think
say that yet because Alejandro Iñárritu, he can get actors to Oscar wins. He got Leo to his first Oscar win. He got Michael Keaton
I think
close to his Oscar
2 different.
win.
But Leo and Tom Cruise, that's 2 different spectrums.
Tom Cruise is an action star. Like that's like saying Liam Neeson, if he was in this movie, he could get an Oscar.
If you've seen Tom Cruise's earlier work and even up to like Collateral, I mean, he still can give a really good performance and he can still embody a character when he chooses to do it. But he hasn't done that in a while. He's kind of just been the action star that he's known to be. But like actors like Liam Neeson, Tom Cruise, who just won the Oscar, even like I guess Will Smith, like you kind of forget it's like they are really good actors and like they do have it in them to get an Oscar win for sure if they choose the right roles, if they choose to work with the right people. I think this is a step in a direction that I would like to see from Cruise for Cruise to go in, just because like I'm bored of like the Mission Impossible movies that he's just constantly doing. So
yeah, no, I agree with you there. I feel like we've seen him do the same things over and over again for the last, I don't know, decade at this point. If you really want to go back and see some of his more, I don't know, enticing different stuff, then yeah, you got to go like to the early 2000s or beyond that.
But what do you think of the premise though, Nate? What do you think?
Interesting.
Oh, I'm on board with the premise and everything. The Revenant was fucking one of those movies that you can't watch it once. Granted, I've only seen it once, but it's just one of those movies that's gorgeous. Birdman is like the fact that he tried to make that all in one shot and everything, the way it was thrown together. I'm on board. And with this casting, you said Sophia Wilde is in this.
Oh yeah.
Talk to Me. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's going to be a big star, I think, because I don't think she gets enough credit for Talk to Me. And
yeah, and you got
Sandra Hüller too. I mean,
Sandra Hüller, yeah, it's got a
really
great cast, and to have Tom Cruise kind of be that like the most powerful man in the world who is like on this frantic mission to, I guess, save humanity from something that he created. I think that's a really interesting.
Sounds like
premise.
his Scientology life, like
maybe.
That's literally what, and that's what's terrible because he like. I don't know if I've heard he's such a terrible person that I just wouldn't like. I don't really care for Tom Cruise.
He's so likable though. I feel like whenever he does an interview,
that's
I'm like,
the thing.
He seems so awesome. Like, I don't know. He seems like such a fun dude, but
like the thing with Tom Cruise, we may not set aside the personal stuff. I mean, we've all been in the theater of a Tom Cruise movie and like just been like, "Fuck yeah, let's go!"
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
He's got that
not necessarily because of Tom Cruise,
but he's got that movie star like power with as a producer and as a star. I mean, he knows how to make big action blockbuster. And you haven't even seen the Mission Impossible movies, Nate, but those movies are like arguably the best action franchise of all time. I mean, there are
as a whole, it's
incredible,
awesome.
especially the last like 4 or 5 of them. I mean, they're insanely good, and just like what they were able to achieve from a practical filmmaking standpoint is just unbelievable. But
I have seen The Mummy, which he does the greatest on-screen scream ever.
That's terrible that's like what you've seen him do, because that was horrendous.
yeah.
In The Mummy was that whole movie was a train wreck. Jesus,
I
that
rewatched
movie
it and didn't mind it.
movie single-handedly derailed the entire Universal Monster franchise reboot. Like
it's coming back though. It's coming back.
Okay, well, it's because
Because
they're
they've
out of
already
ideas and they're
cast-
going back to the.
They've already
the
cast
band
Creature
of
from the Black
shit they've already done.
Lagoon, as far as I know, and
Well, no, they're
Others,
remaking, or they're redoing it because they initially had a whole like Marvel Studio like $100+ million
Monsterverse.
per movie Monsterverse. Yeah, like they had Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. They had
No, don't do
Javier
that.
Bardem as
That's-
some like Frankenstein thing. They had Angelina Jolie as the Bride of Frankenstein. Tom Cruise was in it. Sophia Boutella was the Mummy. They had some other casting too. That was
Technically,
interesting. Oh,
she
Johnny
was.
Depp
Cruise
was
was the
Invisible
Mummy.
Man. Johnny Depp was in the
Yeah.
movie Invisible Man.
That
And
would have been
then-
sick. I was actually upset because of that.
Because of
see
the
that.
underperformance of the Mummy, they fired that whole team. They literally the entire section of Universal. They had to just empty out all their offices, and they all left. And they just were
Jesus
like, "Hey,
Christ.
let's rework the Invisible Man into a $10 million script. Give Leigh Whannell the movie, and have Elizabeth Moss be." And they did it that way with Blumhouse. Made a huge profit, and now they're going to do smaller iterations of these classic monsters in like a $10 to $20 million range. And they just announced Creature of the Black Lagoon with James Wan. So
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, that's
yeah.
exciting. That's exciting.
Oh,
that could be cool.
yeah.
They'll probably make 2 of them, and then they'll give the third one to a director that's never done anything, and it'll be really bad.
Because Maggie Gyllenhaal right now is doing Bride of Frankenstein.
Ugh,
Oh.
I hate her. I've never
would-
liked
I
her.
would
No,
give
she's
that
not
like
in it.
Robert
She's not in it.
Eggers.
She's directing it. She's directing. it.
Okay,
Robert
keep her
Eggers.
off the screen. That's really the
Jesus
best
Christ.
that you can do.
It's
She's
just
involved
called
in
The
it.
Bride, but her brother Jake Gyllenhaal, Jesse Buckley, Peter Sarsgaard, Christian Bale. I
Oh,
think
you said
is
Jesse Buckley. I'm in.
Christian Bale is Frankenstein's monster.
Penelope Cruz,
Oh.
Julianne Hough.
Ugh.
Oh wait, Julianne Hough. Why?
There's Christian Bale as
Oh, that- no.
Frankenstein.
Nope.
Instantly turned away.
He's a hot Frankenstein. So,
Oh, that ruins it.
No,
That,
we'll see.
no.
We'll
Is
see
that
what
like
happens.
the Jared Leto Joker version of Frankenstein? Like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I'm
but,
looking for my bride.
So all that being said, Jesse Plemons in another movie, and he's probably gonna be awesome. When's he
Yeah,
getting his Oscar?
Jesse
It's got to
Plemons
be
is
sooner
best.
than Tom Cruise
and
gets his.
that's gonna come at some point here. But
It's got it, man.
speaking of a movie that is gonna win no Oscars, but I think sounds kind of interesting.
Oh my God.
Jack Black and Paul Rudd team up for a reimagining of Anaconda. What the fuck?
I'd go see
okay.
it.
Is that
Yeah.
a current image or is that from the old movie? Because
That's
This
from
is-
the original.
Oh, thank God.
Original. So here's the news here. So Jack Black and Paul Rudd are reportedly in early talks to star in a reimagining of the 1997 horror film Anaconda. It's going to be directed by the guy who did The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which was the Nick Cage meta comedy that was pretty fun.
Okay.
But I guess so. In the new film, a group of friends face a midlife crisis, and they decide to remake their favorite film from the youth, which is the 1997 film Anaconda.
no.
They head to the rainforest only to find themselves in a fight for their lives against natural disasters, giant snakes, and violent criminals. So it sounds kind of like a Tropic Thunder kind of meta comedy here.
This is what the
Black
original
Wo-
idea for Massive Talent with Nicolas Cage with the script for National Treasure 3. This is like this sounds like what I wanted that to be.
And
If that ever
Jack
Nicolas
Black
Cage,
will
the snake.
Jack Black will reportedly play a man stuck in his job as a wedding videographer and sets out to direct this remake. And Paul Rudd will play a former TV actor whose Hollywood dreams are slipping further away. It's got
interesting.
it's got some, I don't know, like I could see the green light here for sure, but I don't know, like this is kind of fun. This is
I'll go
a
see it.
weird
I
idea,
love
weird
Paul Rudd.
concept. I'm like, fuck it. Could be fun. It could be a love letter to making movies too, which you always, I don't know. I always like.
It'd be really funny if the snake was like self-aware, like it knew it had been in that movie and it's just been living in the
It was an
rainforest
actor.
ever since. And it's like in its voice by Ice Cube or like Jennifer Lopez or something.
I
It's
think
like,
Ice Cube
oh,
makes
never
the
thought
most
you'd come back.
comedic sense.
No. It's voiced by Owen Wilson because he was also in
Wow.
Anaconda. And he looks
Wow.
at the screen and just goes, "Wow,
Jesus.
Dude, I'm
would
I'm
you look
in.
at that?"
This sounds like a direct to Amazon Prime movie.
It does. It does
Like,
have
That's
some
fine.
streaming original feel to it, but I
Hey,
don't
I'm
know.
in.
That's fine.
Can
I'll
Jack
take it.
Black fucking cut his hair though? Jesus Christ! Seeing him as Steve from Minecraft, looking like he does on the street after a fucking bender, pissed me off. Like, just get a stylist or something. But I guess if he's a wedding videographer, he's just gonna play his fucking self again. He's gonna look like a fucking homeless person. It's fine.
That
Yeah, okay.
snake though needs to be hanging up in the background somewhere because my God, that thing looked terrible back in the day, but it kind of creepy. I remember when the
1997.
first trailer came out and there was a scene with a snake going through the river that terrified me. I was like, I'm good. I'm good on the snakes thing. But then you watch the rest of it and it's just terrible.
Yeah, I've actually never seen the 1997 Anaconda.
Oh, I think I've
Yeah.
actually seen it.
I haven't
Jon
seen the
Voight's in it.
remake. Like that, there was
No
like
wonder I
in
liked it.
2003 or 4. They did
The
a
Blood
some-
Orchid.
Yeah, I have not seen. No, I've seen most of that one, I should say. But I
Yeah,
have not
I've seen that one.
Yeah, the Owen Wilson Anaconda.
I saw this thing today from Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he was saying that one of the things that children are most afraid of is being eaten. Would you guys agree with that as kids? That when you were kids watching movies, that the
Jaws,
most
that freaked me out for sure. so
terrifying
sure.
thing was like getting eaten by a dinosaur or a shark, or like more than anything else. That
More
seemed to be-
shark. Like I was afraid
Right?
of the deep ends of pools because I was afraid that a shark was
Me
going to
too.
come out of the vent or something.
Yeah.
Like
for
Didn't
some
eat
reason
for the longest
being
time.
eaten.
Until I saw The Sixth Sense and learned what the concepts of ghosts were, and then
Yeah,
that
you couldn't think of the
over-triggered.
supernatural stuff. It was just
Yeah.
the.
Then I was getting
For me,
killed
it
by
was-
a ghost lurking around the corner. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for me, it
they
was
changed.
Teeth. Like I
Oh.
saw that movie and I was like, that
Oh.
is, that is.
I never watched it. I've seen the scene, like the
Yeah,
scene
you
where
meant
it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Anyway,
I'm all good.
All right. Well, those were that was the two little movie news topics that I had for you guys. Now we can just get into some summer movie recap. Talk about the best film,
Yay.
the worst film, most surprising, most disappointing, from films released from May until August, because this is the last little episode here of the summer movie season. We're gonna get into some dumpster fire of
the
September,
dead zone.
and
It's the dead
then we
zone.
transition into the Oscar movie season, where we start getting some
Mhm.
really good, high quality stuff, or some Oscar bait garbage. Who knows what'll come? But yeah,
Roma.
Oscar or not Oscar,
What
summer
are you talking about?
movie recap. Here we go. So let's start with let's go with most surprising. Let's start on a
Most
positive note.
surprising.
So this is a movie that you didn't really have that much anticipation for. You just kind of like went and saw it because you're like, why not? And then you're like, I really, really like that. That was good. That was better than what I thought. It's a very obvious thing. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Nate, you got one?
Well, the one that I have right now, we're going to talk about later on, so I won't get into it a lot. But I just saw Alien Romulus, and I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not a huge space person, so I was very, very surprised with how good this one was.
Okay, John, your most surprising of the summer movie season.
Sure. My most surprising was a film we spoke about on the show 2 podcasts ago with Daisy Edgar Jones and the other guy, whatever his name is.
Glenn Powell.
I'm glad I forgot. Glenn Powell. Twisters. It was one of those movies that it's like, this could be horrible. And if you suspend disbelief, turn your brain off, and forget the fact that tornadoes don't happen every 12 hours, you'll have a good time. In 2 hours in Oklahoma City. I really thought it was fun. I had a good time. I really did. It was silly. People died. Twisters.
Boom.
Okay,
Mic
yeah.
drop.
Watch it at home. It's on digital. My most surprising of the summer is a movie that I didn't have a whole lot of anticipation for, but I was like, we got to watch it for the podcast. I went and saw it. Trap. The more time that's gone, I'm like, I really want to watch this again. Like, it was so goofy and so silly. And seeing M Night kind of operate at this level, still, I'm like, sure, why not? So, yeah, M Night's kind of on a roll for me lately. So I was very pleasantly surprised by Trap because I didn't really want to see it that much, but yeah,
But it's M Night, and we're all M Night
exactly. Like it's M Night it's for the podcast.
so-
Sounds kind of cool, whatever. And then I was like,
We're all
had so
M
much
Nights
fun
of the
in
round
theater.
table.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
All right.
Okay.
So that was most surprising. Let's go to biggest disappointment. Something that we
Ooh.
definitely had a lot of anticipation for. We saw it like that did not live up at all.
Can I
Nate.
take a wild guess and say we all have the same choice? Because I feel like this one's really easy.
I got a backup if we do. So go ahead. We'll see what
Go ahead,
Nate
John.
says.
It's Maxine. I mean, Jesus, the amount of anticipation I
Oh,
had for this
no.
movie. It was like the anticipation I had for Glass when that came out, and it's like, man, can we just stick the landing on something, you know? And it just felt so hollow, like they needed more time to figure out the story, and they just kind of it fell apart in the third act. Didn't use Mia Goth to her full potential, and yeah, it just didn't work. I think even on a rewatch, I'm gonna sit there and be like, damn, I still wish this was better than it is. So, Maxine.
Okay.
Okay.
Nate.
Yeah. For me, it was A Quiet Place Day One because I love the first two. I think they work really seamlessly as the first two movies of this. But this one, I was like, Lupita Nyong'o. Okay, let's see how this goes. And there was really no purpose behind it other than introducing how these creatures got there. And Lupita Nyong'o basically just walking the streets of New York trying to get pizza. I needed more. It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't have any character development for me. Like there was that other guy that showed up, but he was just kind of like a puppy dog
Joseph
that
Quinn.
followed her through the cities. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. So yeah, Quiet Place.
But best animal performance I've seen in years.
Yeah. The
And
cat
we
was
just
awesome.
watched
Oh,
Life
yeah.
of Pi. You
was
know,
great.
I mean, that was the best.
Until
pet
we
wrangling
watched
I've
My
seen
Penguin
ever.
Friend.
I mean, the dog in Anatomy of a Fall was phenomenal as well.
Dog in Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah. Anatomy of the
I
Fall.
don't remember
of
the
Fall.
dog.
Come on.
Wait, I didn't watch that. I'm thinking. Well, no, yeah, I did. I don't know.
Are you just thinking of Fall?
No.
Yeah.
How'd the dog get up there? That's crazy.
My biggest disappointment, the true answer for me, yes, is Maxine, but my backup is a movie that I actually just rewatched and I liked it a lot less. And I didn't love it the first
Ooh.
time. We have a podcast on it, but Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Brooke hadn't seen it, so we watched it on Hulu last week, and I was bored to tears. I did not care at all, and just there was no stakes to the movie. Like just everything was wrapped up like a nice little bow. I don't know. There's nowhere
No
near
Caesar.
the quality.
There's no
nowhere
Caesar.
near the quality of the Matt Reeves movies, and just
Yeah.
rewatching those and kind of going into this one, this one felt like I don't know, just a really lazy
The
kind of
redheaded
reboot.
stepchild.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so boring and it's really long, and the human character is awful. But anyways, yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I don't care to see a sequel, but yeah.
Damn, I'd like to see one in a different era. Like, I don't know when, but
Well, let's end on a positive. Let's kind of stay down here in the negative. Let's go with the worst movie of the summer, the biggest stinker of the summer, and let's see if it makes an appearance on the worst movie of the year towards the end of the year. Okay, Nate, what you got?
Trap, bro.
No,
What?
no.
Get
Oh
outta
my
here.
Freaking
Crap.
God.
My most
That
surprised.
was
there's no way.
I had so much fun. But go ahead.
one of the weirdest, most just underwhelming movies in theaters. I don't know why. I could see what they were trying to do, but and I went in knowing nothing. Like I didn't know what you guys knew. And it didn't matter. I was just like, oh, this guy's just trying to get out of this place. Okay.
Damn, it didn't
Cool.
feel like you disliked it that much when we did the show. I didn't
I mean, to be
realize it was
fair,
that
to be
low
fair,
for you.
give it 2.5. That's the lowest grade
Yeah.
that's given probably in podcast history.
That is not
No.
true. We did Absentia, and I
This is
gave
the
it a
reboot.
star.
That's the
Absentia.
reboot.
Oh, well.
Okay, yeah, in the last like year for sure.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I didn't mind Josh Hartnett's performance at some points because when he started to have the inner the inner monologues to himself on what things were doing and the stuff with the radio. I just didn't think it came together as a whole very well for me. And I was just like, oh, it was interesting what they did towards the end, but I wasn't in.
John, your worst film of the summer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. The other one's not even a film, so I don't even want to give it any airtime. The worst film of the summer by far is Borderlands. I mean,
okay, I was like, wait, not a film? What are you talking about?
It doesn't even. It doesn't even like. Yes, it's on Amazon Prime, but it doesn't really even count as something that should exist. Borderlands exists. It was in theaters. Kate Blanchett's in it. Kevin Hart. It's just absolute garbage. I mean, there's a lot of issues with production and Eli Roth and whatever, and they just basically rewrote the entire thing. But like, I don't know. I feel like we've had a pretty good run with these video game adaptations. Like we got The Last of Us. We have Dungeons and Dragons. Is like, how did that end up being good? It was fine. This is just like, it's unwatchable. It's so bad. So, yeah, Borderlands.
Okay. All right. Well, keeping in the same vein of unwatchable, I went and saw this one in theaters, and this movie is fucking unwatchable. The Exorcism with Russell Crowe.
Tell me about this.
Oh,
the worst movie I have seen all year. Let's just throw it out there right now. It's the worst movie I've seen all year. Be surprised to see if another movie beats it. Hey, honestly, you might have fun with it. I don't know, because you like horror movies, especially horror movies that like are kind of like, I wouldn't even call it a B horror. It's like a C horror.
Stupid.
Yeah, just like I don't know. You have a certain like respect.
You find joy in things like
with
that,
horror, even if it's like garbage. This one it's just so boring, and it's the same tropes you see all over again. Russell Crowe looks the worst he's ever looked on screen. I mean, it's like, holy shit, dude! Like
attractiveness.
Do you need help? Like,
wait.
Does he just look like an unhinged, like that movie he was in? Did he look unhinged?
He just looked like a swollen baked potato. Like he just was. It was. I felt so bad for him in the movie, and like, yeah, the plot makes no sense. They don't stick with anything that they set up. It's a train wreck of a movie, and I sat in the theater for an hour and 50 minutes and watched it. And,
wait,
yeah.
What is this movie called again? Exorcism?
The Exorcism has nothing to do with the Pope's exorcist.
It has nothing to do with that.
He shot this movie years before he even got cast in the Pope's Exorcist. And that movie shot and came out before this one even came out.
Oh, before, yeah.
Yeah.
It was so strange.
This movie was shot in like 2016 or 17 and just has been in the can ever since. I think they needed to reshoot a couple of scenes.
Oh, no wonder it's gonna bomb. Like
he does look pretty. He does look pretty plump in this.
It's horrible.
I kind of want to look now.
It does. But if it does come on like Netflix or Peacock or Amazon Prime, give it a watch. Give it a go. Why not? And make your own opinion. Just because you got to just see this movie for yourself, because it is just so bad.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Horrible. All right. Well, that was the worst movie of the summer. Let's end it on the best film of the summer. Our favorite movie that we saw this summer.
Yay.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to just go with the movie that's arguably my favorite of the year, so I might go with like a number 2. I'm going with Long Legs. I had like, this movie isn't fun, but I had a lot of fun, and just seeing Nicolas Cage just chewing up the scenery, and Micah Monroe just giving, I would say, her best performance to date. Yeah, just the mystery behind it, the combination of like Silence of the Lambs mixed with Zodiac and all those other things. It was a movie that was right up my alley. And there was multiple times where I jumped and was chilled because of the stuff that was happening and the way that they cut it and everything. So yeah, Long Legs, that's a day one purchase for me.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta have that one in my collection as well. Just because I need to own every Nicolas Cage movie, and this is a good one. But for me, it's the most fun I've had at the theater all summer, and I knew I would have a ton of fun. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. I bought 3 tickets for it. I bought, freaking this Wolverine thing here and this Wolverine thing here. So, I'm very, very much invested in the film, and you know, for good reason, because it is so much fun. There's so much, I mean, references in this movie that most people, if they haven't seen, you know, all the X-Men films and whatever, they probably wouldn't understand. But just the I don't know, the screen presence that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have in this movie is second to none. It's so entertaining. So you know, it's also just insanely rewatchable to me as well. I mean, I loved it. It's great. It's in my top 5 right now of 2024.
All right.
Yeah.
Long Legs was my pick, but my backup pick, in case anybody else took it, was Furiosa.
I'm
Furiosa, not you, me. I am Furiosa, not you, me.
Wow, that's
Okay.
crazy.
All right. Yes.
Me, not you,
I understand.
me.
Furiosa, okay? A Mad Max saga. This is one of those movies where like it was coming out. I wanted to see it, but like I wasn't really that hyped for it. But then I sat in the theater, and once it started, it just flew by. And it was probably one of my favorite theater going experiences of the summer. I saw it in IMAX. It was just an incredible spectacle. And the movie's great. I've been dying to rewatch it. It just got added to HBO. So you can stream it right now if you want to. But I do want to pick up the 4K because that also just got released. So I might just wait and get it on 4K, probably during Black Friday, and then I'll wait and rewatch it maybe towards the end of the year before we do the best films of the year or something. But this movie, so much fun. Anya Taylor-Joy is incredible. Chris Hemsworth is having just the time of his life in a role that he never really or hasn't really got a chance to do yet. So, and George Miller is 80 years old, still directing the hell out of these action scenes. I mean, I forget what they called that segment. It was the midway point of Furiosa, like the big tractor trailer, long driving stretch sequence, whatever that was. Insane. That whole sequence is just incredible, and that's the entirety of Fury Road, which I've also really wanted to rewatch since. But yeah,
there's no way he's on set for like 14 hours, right? I mean, he's fucking 80. Like he's got to go in his trailer and like cool off, take a nap. I mean,
he's
clearly,
probably
but
got
like,
some directors,
got a lot of energy,
like others with him, but I'm sure he's committed.
The man's gonna die on set. I mean, it's crazy how old he is able to do this. And like these, I mean, he's got to do some of this on location, so they're kind of in a desert.
It made no money, so this will be the last Mad Max movie unless they give it to a different director and lower the budget significantly,
which is a shame.
Maybe they'll do.
But if this is the last Mad Max movie to exist, they went out on a very high note. So I'm very excited to rewatch it, and it was my favorite movie of the summer.
It is my favorite movie of the year right now. I just wanted to talk about something else because I knew that was obvious. But
I'm furious of me. I am not you, me. Furiosa, not you, me.
Okay.
And she doesn't even say that.
It doesn't matter.
There was one part. There's one part in the movie because I tried to grab it for a sound clip, and then it just became too complicated. And I'm like, I'm gonna wait. But there's one part where she gets like sucked down into the like cave with like the dead bodies and like the kind of like the worms of the people of that area, and they're like, you live down here now, and she comes up and they. Dementors like grabs her, or someone grabs her, and she's like trying to explain to herself, or she's like, "I'm Furiosa." That's the only thing she says.
She does say it. She says it.
She just says, "I'm Furiosa,
not you, me,
not you." No, she doesn't say that. Not you.
She does not turn into Hermione Granger.
Pretty sure she says it.
She's just trying to
have an English accent in the entire movie. Probably not.
I don't know. She says like 10 lines in the whole movie.
That's also true. Yeah,
well, it's fantastic.
Anyways, well, that was movie news. Went a little longer than expected, but that's fine. But now we get into Nate's choice.
Black and white, 1 and 2. It's Nate's choice. What you gonna do? Fight or flight, hot or cool. It's Nate's choice. Tell me what you gonna
choose. And Peter's here live every week.
Oh, I wish.
That'd be crazy.
We could like cut to him like he's Andy Richter on Conan O'Brien. Just, hey, Pete, what do you think about that? And he just plays something on the piano and says something funny.
I asked him for a drop 2 weeks ago, and he hasn't done it for me yet.
He's a busy dude. That is not this week's choice. Spencer ruined that one. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, so this one, I was like, you know what? We've done movies, we've done the years in film, we've done franchises. Let's get into the people who perform.
Oh,
Let's get into some actors.
Oh, okay.
Some actors.
Your trivia category from last episode.
So I'm just gonna throw this into you, and you guys are gonna talk about it because this one,
Into me.
in my mind, is a very difficult decision. I'm just gonna say it: Christian Bale, Leonardo DiCaprio. One of them never was born. None of their movies came out. No Titanic, no Dark Knight, no Wolf of Wall Street.
So those movies none of those movies exist, or like someone else was cast in those movies?
Okay, maybe I was a little hasty. I would say they weren't in those movies, but you never know if those movies were going to be a thing. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like in Titanic, they could have probably had Titanic without DiCaprio. Same as Batman. Knight, they could have had another one.
I can't really think of the question like that. I think I just have to go like,
so we
whose body of work do I prefer over the other? I don't know. It's hard to wrap my brain around that.
Just
stuff.
Who would you rather keep their filgraphy? I have them around than the other.
I can't just think of like Inception with like Bradley Cooper. Like I don't know. So I don't.
That's probably that I can understand.
Or it would have starred Ellen Page instead. They would have had a female lead.
Well, Elliot Page, you fucking asshole.
Whoa. At the time it was Ellen.
You sick son of a bitch.
So okay, so we have to draw a line in the sand saying those movies don't exist. I think that makes it more simple to comprehend the question. Can we agree to that?
Yeah, if they were not born on this planet, those movies did not come to place. So it's just
okay.
You have no Dark Knight trilogy. I'm gonna have to give this one some have the
thought.
Revenant.
You still have the character.
And just think of like some.
Yeah. So no Catch Me If You Can from Leonardo DiCaprio, no Aviator, no Revenant, no Wolf of Wall Street, no Inception, no Romeo and Juliet,
Killers of the Flower Moon, none of that.
That's okay.
But Christian Bale, you don't have Pale Blue Eyes. You don't have Amsterdam. You don't have
Pale Blue Eyes. A movie that like 3 people have seen.
I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of that.
Thor: Love and Thunder, like
Exodus, Gods and Kings. Oh my God, what will Ben Kingsley ever do with himself?
Terminator Salvation. Like you wouldn't have that amazing John Connor performance from Christian Bale.
Damn. Well, I haven't seen it, so in this.
But then you wouldn't
have never would be able to.
You wouldn't have the little brother from What's Eating Gilbert Grape, the one who kills grasshoppers with his mailbox.
I really hate that Batman is at play again because it's like, sorry, you got to get rid of Batman. You keep doing this.
I have a grudge against Batman.
It's like 3 different Nate's choices includes Batman for some reason. It spans a lot of filmography, so I guess it's
Oh, that is true. Directors, DC, Marvel, and then
we've had the Dark Knight has been involved in 3 of these in some way.
I have Vendetta. It wasn't purposeful. I was just trying to think of 2 of the biggest actors of our generation.
God, Leo's in some great movies, man. Like I know Spencer loves Inception. This is gonna be a tough one for him.
I got an answer.
Okay.
You have an. Oh no!
I have an answer.
Oh no!
I have an answer. I just gotta go. I kind of just have to go with my gut too, because first of all, yeah, you nailed it on the 2 greatest, pretty much the greatest actors right now working. I mean, Leo and Christian Bale are incredible. Like anytime they have a new role or a new movie coming out, it's always kind of near the top of the watch list, or you got to keep an eye on it because you don't know if it's going to be the Oscar conversation or it's just going to be a really cool movie. And they've been in some great stuff throughout their career. I mean, I'm going through the filmography on both, and it's just unbelievable. But I have to go, like I said, with my gut. This actor, I think, affects me more on an emotional level. Like I get more invested in the characters that this person is playing, and I have more of an attachment with it. And also, I think maybe he gives a slightly better performance in these roles too, in a way that like I'm actually invested. The other actor, while he's so incredible and so great, kind of does the same thing, which is just he screams a lot. So I'm gonna go with Christian Bale. I'm keeping Christian Bale. Goodbye, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio screams a lot.
He does a
What?
lot of just screaming. I
I
mean,
don't think that's
I
true.
could play you a
And
fucking
Batman
montage
screams.
right now. Well, he does the Batman voice,
Maybe.
but Leo does just a lot of like he plays a lot of like kind of scummy characters that just needs to kind of like be the center of attention, needs to scream, needs to like be heard. He's kind of scrappy, especially in his like earlier roles. And I don't know, I just he's great, like I said, but Christian Bale, like he can deliver a performance where I'm actually like in tears. Leo, not really. I don't know. I'm not as like there with him where with the Christian Bale. I don't know, something about the way he delivers his lines or the way he like gets invested into a character. I'm more attached to those roles that he plays. So I'm gonna go with Christian Bale. Sorry.
Dang.
You don't have to apologize. This is your choice, but I
No,
get to
Nate.
decide at the end.
I think this is your toughest ultimatum you've given us yet. I think both of them have a filmography that I love. Like there's so many films from both of them.
Christian Bale could have done Leo's role in Inception. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sure. No, in his own way.
In
but
Inception,
yeah,
I don't think he would have
I
fit
don't know.
in.
I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt could have
with
done
him
Leo's role
and
in
Tom
Inception.
Hardy.
I would have been more invested in not seeing his children. He probably would have had one scene that actually made me shed a tear, where Leo just screams.
Okay. Well, I think that recently I've enjoyed Leo's movies more than Christian Bale. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Revenant, Don't Look Up, Killers of the Flower Moon, right? Christian Bale, his most recent movie was Boy and the Heron and Amsterdam and Thor Love and Thunder. Granted, he was the best part of Thor Love and Thunder. That villain was actually one of the better villains of everything in Marvel. Like I put him right up there with Thanos. He's that good in that movie. And I think that Christian Bale, he's able to kind of transform in a way that's different from a lot. Like him in Vice is just unbelievable. Like Batman, I think I've seen more of Leo's movies though. And I just like more of Leo's movies than I like Christian Bale's movies. And it's hard because of Batman, but like Django Unchained, Wolf of Wall Street, Revenant, I love Don't Look Up. I think especially Leo in that movie is one of my favorite characters in that movie. He's hysterical. Inception, Shutter Island, Departed. It's like you really put me in a tough spot here. I'm gonna go with Leo. I'm keeping Leo.
Okay,
I'm keeping him. It's
split
really
right down
tough,
the dudes.
but I like more of Leo's movies as a whole than I do Christian Bale.
I would probably agree with that statement. I just had to go with an actor that I think moves me more emotionally, and I'm gonna get
That's
more
a fair argument.
invested
Yeah.
into it. But I mean, that makes sense. There's also a thing on YouTube right now is a compilation, Leonardo DiCaprio, the Master of Freak Out compilation. It's 10 minutes of all of his characters just in the most freaking out moments.
The Django Unchained freak out is crazy.
That's
When
there. The Departed's
that's
there.
But that's iconic because
Aviators
he
there,
genuinely
Revolutionary
hurts himself
Yeah, his
and
real
puts
blood.
that all on the line. Yeah.
Wolf of
Shutter
Wall Street,
Island. He
Revenant,
screams
yeah, I mean,
in every movie he's in. It's so
Don't Look Up. He has a crazy moment too. It like with
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett and
Once
Tyler
Upon a Time
Perry.
in Hollywood in the trailer.
Well, I bet if you
Yeah,
looked up
yeah,
all
it's very
Christian Bale's
common.
movies, he screams in those too. So it's like,
I'm Batman. Yeah, he says it a lot. I mean, he's
well,
Batman,
I mean,
so.
he's got to say he's not wearing hockey pads. I mean, he's got to get that message across.
I always thought.
No,
he said,
I
"I'm
just
not
think he has
wearing
more
hockey
range. I don't know.
pants."
I'll say it. But yeah,
That's a really good. Honestly, great job, Nate. You really put us in a tough spot there, rocking a hard place. I felt like James Franco in 127 hours, if you will. But yeah. Anyways, what's your choice? Because this is Nate's choice, not ours.
so it is a very tough choice. It's like a very tough choice. Like it was easy to come up with, but then when I suggested it, I was like, okay, this could be a little
Toughy.
different. But both of these guys, undeniably greatest actors of all time. They're gonna be up there someday. I personally enjoy Leonardo DiCaprio a little bit more than Christian Bale because like I'm a big Titanic person. I think like I know he won for The Revenant, but I think he should have won for Titanic. What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Wolf of Wall Street is one of the most. I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, but the way he plays Jordan Belfort and the whole sell me this pen and how he's able to sell this guy on freaking this new upstart company that he's working in this little shed box, and he sells like 20,000 shares as he's flipping off the phone. And I get what Spencer's saying as far as like emotional range with Christian Bale, but I also see that in DiCaprio's favor too. I think The Revenant is a really powerful performance, not like tear jerking, but like heart racing, because this guy's just trying to survive. But
a lot of screaming in that one too.
Spencer doesn't like screaming.
No, that's the only thing I latch onto to Leo right now. It's just like I'm going through like all of his roles, and like he just does a lot of screaming, but he's great. He's a great screamer.
He's a great screamer. Yeah, he's a great.
It's hard to be a good screamer, you know. Screaming is underrated in a lot of
him
contexts,
screaming in that New York apartment in Great Gatsby on that hot summer day. Yeah, breaks that glass. Oh man.
Revolutionary Road when he's yelling.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of yelling in that movie.
Who's more handsome? That's the real question, though. I think Team Leo,
Christian Bale.
I think Leo can pull it off more, but Christian Bale, I don't think really gives a shit.
Leo's more suave. You're right. Christian Bale doesn't care if he's handsome. I mean, have you seen him as Frankenstein? Does that sway your opinion?
Okay, see, that is the biggest load of crap, and if that hits a movie screen,
it's going to.
Not like that.
Well,
it better not.
The image exists. I mean, why would
emails? I'll send some emails to some production companies, be like, I can make that movie better, and then they'll be like, okay, do it, and then we all have jobs.
I could use that. I need a job. I can barely afford my house.
But I'm personally going Leonardo DiCaprio for this one, but Spencer is not wrong. Christian Bale is also one of the greatest of all time. He might not scream as much, but he's definitely the best Batman. He's the best Batman.
I'll agree with that.
DiCaprio could not play Batman.
Leonardo DiCaprio was supposed to play Patrick Bateman, and then Christian Bale took over, and he was meant to be that character. Yeah, I don't know if Leo probably could have done it.
Damn, I didn't even think of American Psycho.
He could have, but Christian Bale, when he's laughing, going, "I just had to kill a lot of people." That's
he's
just
so good in that.
Yeah.
But, all right. Well, good Nate's choice.
Yeah. You hit me on a different day, I might pick Christian Bale. I don't know. I feel like it could change based on the day. They're both so good.
Yeah. All right.
Terminator Salvation again. It'll change your mind.
Oh, that's fair.
Jump into new releases.
Sounds unfortunate.
Yes, the new releases. Yes, the new releases. Yes, the new releases. Yes, the new releases.
Stop doing that every fucking show. I swear to God, it's horrifying. I don't like it.
Let me in now.
Not once, not twice, but whenever I like.
Yeah.
Talk about a guy that screams in every fucking movie. Jesus Christ.
That's part of the contract for Nicolas Cage, is just half of the dialogue needs to be very loud, and he needs to throw his hands in the air.
He's got to be himself. I mean, Jesus. The guy's at 100% volume all the time.
Bingo.
Anyway, new releases, the segment where we talk about new releases.
What?
Is that what we do?
Wait.
I thought that was just a coincidence.
No, wait. So we're talking about 1920s Oscar bait bullshit? No, it's new releases. New releases. Get it?
Oscar bait wasn't a thing in the 20s, John.
It was just any movie that existed. Oh, let's nominate it because there's only like 6 movies that came out that year.
John, I swear I'll fly to Florida right now.
Do it. I'll pay for your ticket. I'd love to see you.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay. So yeah, new releases. I don't even know what we're talking about because I don't have access to the buttons on the show right now.
Well, the only one that it's in the title. It's called Alien Romulus. It's the only movie that we all saw.
Well, can we at the very least put on our banner so you can see my cool name that I put under myself?
No.
Is it because you can see what it's gonna be?
He
and you
gave it deep thought.
No, it's because I'm still typing it out. There we go. Okay, done.
Can we? I want to see my name up here.
Okay.
You bitch, just
There.
put it up.
There.
See, we
Alien
all
joining
fucking thought of the
us.
same thing, and you deprived us of it the whole show. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Wait, did you write those? Alien Jonulus? Come on, that's funny, right? Right. Alien Debulus, Alien Ducky. Duckulus, you should have done. That was a missed opportunity.
No,
Anyways,
we don't
we
need less
saw-
duckies. We need more duckies.
Exactly.
Ducks
Thank
are
you.
birds. Kingdom of the Fall Guy. What the? Oh crap!
Yeah,
I still
I
have my
didn't-
fantasy football under one.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I forgot to change it. That's back when we
Shit.
did. Yeah.
Fucked up. Well, anyway, guess we're here talking about Alien Romulus. Spencer, can you put the timeline of the Alien movies up so it's easy to talk about?
Sure. Okay. So I love this. Okay. No. We'll get we're having fun.
Okay.
Yeah, like I can pull up that graphic that I didn't know I needed to pull. So just give me a second. What we Nate, Alien Romulus, what's your experience with the Alien franchise?
So
Wow.
I'm a huge horror fan, but I'll be honest, that section of horror is out of my bag. Like I watched Alien and Aliens probably 10 years ago. And I thought they were good, but I didn't think they were amazing. So they definitely need a rewatch. But the most recent one for me was Alien Covenant that came out in like what 2016, something like
17.
that.
Did
2017.
you watch that?
Yeah, we went and saw it in theaters.
Did
Yeah.
you see Prometheus?
No. That was
Oh.
what 2013.
That's weird because that's a sequel to
2012.
Prometheus. Yeah. All right. All right. That's interesting. John, what did you know, or what's your experience with the Alien franchise?
I've seen the original Alien in a little bunkhouse at my lake house back in like 2011 on a tiny little box TV on DVD as I was falling asleep. So that was the only time I've seen actual Alien. I don't think I've ever seen Aliens.
It's a
Which I know is
different vibe, but it's more of an action movie.
it's James Cameron. I know it was like it's like a changed film, just like all of his movies did. You know, Avatar, Titanic, whatever. Have not seen Aliens 3. I've seen Covenant. I don't remember anything about it. Loved Prometheus. And I don't know about the rest.
Yeah, the rest are kind of bullshit.
Alien 3, I definitely haven't seen.
I was in the same boat as you guys 2 weeks ago, but the weekend this came out, I had my tickets for like Sunday night, and I was packing because I was going through a move. So I was just like, "Fuck it, I'll just put on all of the Alien movies."
Nice.
I watched Alien and Aliens, like fully invested. I didn't do any packing. I just watched those two movies because I really wanted to see them. Phenomenal. Like the first Alien is a full flat out 5 out of 5. Aliens, I'd go a little under 4.5 out of 5. Great movie. I just love the horror element that Alien is. Just it's a slasher in space. It is terrifying. It is so well done. Aliens though is a phenomenal action sci-fi space movie that you can feel James Cameron's influence throughout it. I skipped Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. I kind of just Wikipedia'd the story. Just I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't even care to see it. But then I rewatched Prometheus and Alien Covenant, and Prometheus is just so wildly different.
You watched all 4 of them? Jesus, dude.
And then Alien Covenant, I didn't really watch. I was packing during that time. But I had seen them before, but I just wanted to refresh my mind with these movies because I didn't remember them that much. Like I had Alien ranked at 3 out of 5. Like what the fuck? It's a 5 out of 5. It's a phenomenal movie. What am I thinking? So when I went into Romulus at that point, I'm like, all right, I am ready to go. And then I know, John, you asked me to pull up that thing, the timeline of the Alien movies.
I feel like this is helpful.
It is. Alien Earth is the first thing you see. That's a Hulu series that comes out next year. It's from the creator of Fargo. So it could be cool, could not. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. But Prometheus, Alien Covenant, Alien Romulus, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. That is a timeline.
Thank you.
So,
that helps a lot. Thank you, Spencer.
Romulus takes place between Alien and Aliens 3 is like the biggest takeaway here. So, yeah.
So with
It just said
Romulus,
Alien and Aliens.
With Romulus, we have Kaylee Spaney.
Takes place between Alien and Aliens.
Yeah, you said Aliens 3. Sorry. Continue.
Thank you. Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson, who I think he plays the like the cyborg robot humanoid character.
Yes.
Andy.
And I don't really care about the rest. But I love Kaylee Spaney. Seeing her in another movie, leading another movie, I mean, just goes to show how incredible of an actress she is. If you're able to show fear in a movie and be genuine about it and believable, you have genuine talent. So, and she does that throughout the movie. I mean, she's so good. And this movie is also incredible. I mean, it's so terrifying. I think just the concept of this like perfect organism, especially in space, I feel like it would be less horrifying if this was on Earth. So we'll see how they do that. But the fact that it's on a ship, has acid for blood, and will literally just destroy your ship if you try to kill it, it's like, what the fuck do you do?
It's a perfect
You know,
organism.
it's what do you do? And they explore that in every movie, but I think there's enough time in between all these alien movies when they come out, like Covenant 2016, when you're able to go into the theater and it's almost like a fresh experience again. Like they don't come out every year. So, do they explore the same tropes with the face sucking bullshit come breaking out of the chest? Yeah. But it's fucking awesome at the same time.
That's part of the lore. Like they kind of
Yeah.
have to stick with it because that's how it started.
Yeah, that's just what they do. And that's the part where it does. I'm just like, okay, we're at more of this, but when they explore, they make you care about the characters in this movie. I definitely cared about Kaylee Spaney. She has this like connection with this humanoid robot because it's really all she has. She's on this planet where she's trying to get enough credits to leave. It's, you do care about her and him. I don't really care about anybody else because they were all assholes, unlikable characters. But yeah, I don't know. It was really fun. What do you guys think?
I had fun. I
Yeah.
had a lot of fun. Spencer, you're sitting there very frozen. Like,
I loved it. Yeah.
I was letting you go ahead.
oh no, this movie had something that I like in movies where there's this horrible thing that's happening, like with these creatures, but then there's also this external thing that's happening that could also end their lives because they're in this decommissioned spacecraft that's out in the orbit of their planet, and this planet has rings, and because of some of the stuff that happens with like running into the ship with the one that they take and setting it off course, even though they're being chased by this creature that is slowly evolving, there's that fear of like, oh, in 30 minutes, no matter what, this ship is going to crash and we're all doomed. And so it just adds that extra, like, come on, like you want to take out this creature and figure all this out. And this whole time there's that extra thing in the back of my mind that's like, they could kill the thing, but now they still have to avoid this external force. But I will say, I didn't find it scary to me. I did jump a couple of times, but that was just like loud noises, quick cuts type of thing. But they took a turn in the creature design towards the end that I thought, okay,
Holy
you
shit.
might think differently. I thought it looked cool until it didn't look cool, if that makes sense. Like when it was first revealed, I'm like, oh no, like this is what I imagined this perfect life form would look like. But then the way it starts moving and acting and the way its face looks, I was just like, oh crap. Well, the reveal was cool, and I thought the rest of it was pretty badass too. But the cinematography in this movie was awesome. Some of the shots of just the camera floating outside of the spacecraft itself, as well as the rings moving alongside it, I was like, this movie's gorgeous. And like, it takes place in space, obviously, but they're still pretty close to their planet. Like, they're not out in deep space like Interstellar. There's like their colony and everything is like still within reach, like it's still possible. So having that like extra lifeline there was also reassuring.
It's cool though because like they're trying to escape that colony. Like the whole idea is we're trying to get out of here.
Yes.
But then they have all these other issues that they have to deal with along the way. It's like, okay, do we go back to that? That's probably a better situation than what we're currently dealing with. It's like there's so many ultimatums that they have to deal with throughout the movie. It's not just the alien, which is horrifying in and of itself, but space is also terrifying. And going back home is not great either. So there's a lot going on here for sure. And AI taking over. It's like there's another thing there where they don't trust the robot guy, and it's crazy.
They did cool stuff with it, with like his memory that they kept inserting from the I forget what the guy's name is who plays Rook. Is it Ian Helm?
Oh, Ian Holm.
Or,
Ian Holm.
Ian Holm.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool. It was obvious that they like de-aged it and whatnot, but it fit. I saw it and I was like, I recognize that character.
So
he's from another movie.
He's from the first one. He's the android in the first movie, which is treated as a twist in the first Alien. I forgot about that when I was rewatching it. So when it was revealed that he was an android, I had that kind of like first time watch reaction where I'm like, what? No way. Oh, okay, that's right. I completely forgot. Like all the milky shit was coming out of his pores, and then they have that cool shot of his like head coming through the table and talking with her and stuff. So I think that Alien Romulus, the first half, I thought was phenomenal, like incredible first half. I played a lot of a game called Starfield that came out last fall, and this felt like a live action adaptation of Starfield, where like you're on this like planet, this weird planet that's like a mining colony, and you're just trying to get off this colony to go start like your next chapter, go find like a new planet, whatever, go start your life over again. And it's just this group of people that, I mean, essentially it's directed by Fede Alvarez. It is Don't Breathe in space. You get a group of criminals, you bring them to the space station on a mission to go steal some stuff, and you don't really care about the characters that much, but you do latch on to like one or two main characters. And it's a very contained story set on this little spaceship in the alien world. So it was fascinating, and I liked it kind of honestly up until that Ian Holm reveal. I hated that fucking AI deepfake bullshit. It looked horrible. I don't know what they were thinking, because it looked terrible. They should have kept it in the shadows. But also, Lance Hendrickson is still alive. He's from Aliens. He was the android in Aliens. And Michael Fassbender, he easily could have snuck in for a little cameo, because he was David. This takes place, like 40 years after. And they have another android called Walter in Covenant. That's Michael Fassbender, like a twin. He easily could have done it. Like the whole deep fake of a dead person is just so weird. I don't know. I hated that they did it in Rogue One. This is just like, it took me right out of the movie. And I'm just like, really? Like, this is the direction we're going in? Whatever, though. It is what it is.
Was it the same ship as it's been over 15 years.
Nordstrom blew up, so it's not the same ship. This takes place after.
So what's he doing?
How is he there then?
It's a different android. It's a different
android.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's like it could have been a different actor. It could have been a different android.
Okay.
So that's why I'm just like, it's so weird. I don't know, but
because there was like a scene when they enter like some sort of bridge on the ship, and it seemed like they were trying to be like, "Oh, we've been here before," because it looks like older, so like the technology did.
The very opening shot is a bunch of like debris in space, and then you can just see like the name of the ship that blew up from the first Alien. Like it's called like Nordstrom or something. Nostromo. Thank you. So like I don't know. So that when that AI deepfake thing happened, it did take me out of the movie, but I was like, whatever. I'm still having a lot of fun with this movie, because that's what this movie is. Like it felt like a video game of especially the scene in Zero Gravity with the acid. Like that was such a cool sequence. But
when it's floating through the air.
Yeah.
That was crazy. It
was really cool. And David Johnson as the android, Andy, was so good. That's probably one of my favorite performances of the year, to be honest. I mean, that switch where he's kind of like playing like a very like kind of nice, kind of on the spectrum android, like brother character
Yeah.
that had her best interest on his mind, to just that like switch when he puts the different hardware into his brain, and like he's like, no, I now have the company's best interest in mind, and that might mean killing all of you guys. And so like that's when I was like, oh wow, we're on a different level here now. Like anything could happen, especially that scene with what was her name, Kay, Isabel Mersad, when she was behind that door and she's like trying to get out, and he's like,
my god, yeah, it's like,
do it.
sorry.
Because he's like, that thing is there. It's waiting for us to open that door, and I can't do this. It's I have the company's best interest in mind, and it's like, ooh, you lost me. You lost me.
And that must have been a lot of fun to kind of be able to have a role like that where you can just completely bait and switch almost and just become a whole different character. And he delivered. I think he's going to be huge coming up. And Kaylee Spaney too. I mean, there's one shot in particular that's so like she's your next movie star, and it's like right out
the one
of
in
Alien.
the trailer.
Yeah, 100%. Where like she's like walking up with like the gun at her hip, and like there's a lot of smoke coming up, and it's like the wind's blowing. It's rainy. Yeah, it's like okay, she's
the new Ripley.
For sure.
Like, yeah.
She's awesome, man. I mean, you can put her right up there with. I mean, she could turn into like an action star here. She could be like the next Anya Taylor-Joy. Like, and honestly,
like
she might get
too. I mean,
she might get more people in seats than Anya Taylor-Joy does at this point, because you thought that she was going to sell Furiosa. Kaylee Spaney, I think this movie probably made a lot more money. I mean, I don't know.
This is also part of the Alien franchise.
I mean, Furiosa is part of Mad Max
based on that.
But yeah, that too.
Yeah. And I also will say, Isabella Merced, there's one scene in particular that kind of solidifies her as probably maybe having one of the best horror screams like of the modern generation. I mean, there's one scene
it super well.
I can try to remember the scene is when she I think
is it when
that friend that got attacked by the face hugger, and she I think
Navarro,
is having a chest burst. It's spoilers, but and then that scene, like she's like it's like building up, and then she just lets it out, and it's the most like soul piercing scream I have heard in a while, and she crushed it. So I don't know.
Jenna Ortega and X.
Big shout out there. Yeah.
God, bro.
No, I know what you mean.
Very talented.
She's realizing what is happening and just I'm not gonna do it.
And I'm excited because she's also cast as Dina in The Last of Us Part 2, the TV series. And after playing the game, she's gonna be a big role in this Part 2. She's like Ellie's love interest. So and she's pregnant. So it's like there's a similar character almost in this movie to her character in Last of Us. And Fede Alvarez even admitted, he's like, yeah, I was playing Last of Us Part 2 when I was writing this movie, and for some reason she just popped in my mind, and then a year later she gets cast as that character that influenced.
That's crazy.
When he was writing it. Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, weird little coincidence.
You're pretty in deep with this franchise over the last couple of weeks, man. I think it's awesome. I mean, it makes me want to go back and watch, Alien and Alien. It would basically be its first time watch for both of them.
And that's what I did, and
too. It's so good.
It's worth it. It didn't necessarily make this movie any better. It just maybe made me appreciate it a little bit more, or just I was more invested in like the world, so I could catch on to certain little references. But yeah, just besides that one little deep fake thing, I thought this movie was one of the most fun movies of the summer, and it was a big surprise. And I love the practical effects. It really added a whole different level of immersion. Like you just feel like they're there in the scene. You can feel like some of the reactions to from the actors, they feel real and genuine. But it's like Jesus, and like they even had those little face huggers on remote control. Like it's so cool.
Yeah, seeing them like moving away. That's that's like
just
classic Alien, classic The Thing. Just remote controls and dummies. It looks good.
Well, and that
new film
and that alien hybrid at the end, that's played by a basketball star who looks like the fucking person. Yeah,
wait a minute.
It's terrifying.
Is it one of those big like Russian guys? I feel like
think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, I was wondering because he had like a really straight neck, and I was like, I know a guy that
Robert Bobrovsky.
Yes. He was gonna be a big basketball star, but he was too skinny.
Oh,
Well, he's a great little horror creature. He
Jesus
could be a Doug
Christ.
Jones.
Yeah, he looks horrifying in
Some of the
general.
stuff-
Oh my God.
some of the stuff with the mouth looked kind of weird when he was walking towards them. Like
It was all black, right?
Seven,
Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
in real
but
life.
when they
7'7".
revealed him standing there, and then the tail and everything, I'm like, this is what Ridley Scott wanted. Well, not what he wanted, but what the eventual human alien hybrid would become. And it still had the second mouth, the acid blood. It had all of that. It just happened to have that bit of humanity that you get.
And well, John, you'd recognize it, but it has a Prometheus connection. That I did not expect that. That was surprising
that's
to
the
me.
coolest
Where I was
part
like,
for me.
"Holy shit, they're really going to Prometheus? Like that's interesting."
Because that's the most interesting part, and I'm not going to say what it is because I don't think Nate's seen it. But it's the most interesting and intriguing plot line of this whole universe, and that's why I like it so much. That's what I like more than the face sucker alien typical things that they go to every time, because it gives it more like gravitas. It gives it more.
Well, Prometheus went
reality
away from that stuff.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott, he just literally made a movie about like, what if humans met our creators, but our creators gave no fucks and actually wanted to kill us? So like,
Yeah.
it's a very cynical look at humanity and life, but Ridley Scott just wanted to do something very different. And the engineers, the people that created us, the creature at the end of this movie, Romulus, it looked like an engineer, but like a alien hybrid of an engineer. So it was very, very weird. I don't know.
It was like Jurassic World-esque. Like they're trying to like, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy.
One of the most fun movies of the year so far for me. I had a ton of fun with it, and one of the best Fede Alvarez movies in a while. He's kind of been on a big miss streak with the Texas Chainsaw remake. He was a producer there. He did The Girl and the Spiderweb, the Girl the Dragon's Head 2 sequel, which I heard was bad.
Oh, with Claire Foy. Okay.
I never saw it either, yeah. But he did Don't Breathe, which I really enjoyed, and the Evil Dead remake, which I also enjoyed. And Alien Romulus, he's crushing it. So as a director, let's say. Oh, and Don't Breathe 2, fucking garbage. Anyways, Alien Romulus, I gave a 4 out of 5. A little higher than I expected to give, but this one was just so much fun, and I can easily see myself picking this one up on 4K and give it another watch. And putting Alien Romulus, and Aliens on as like a triple feature one day for sure. Could be fun.
That'd be and Prometheus for sure. Yeah, I loved it as well. My initial grade was a 3.5 out of 5, but just after this conversation, it gets me excited about the whole franchise as a whole to just watch these movies because they are very unique, and it's just a very unique take on horror. Horror in space is always scarier, especially when it comes to this creature that is probably one of the craziest creatures ever created in cinema. I mean, it's horrifying. So yeah, I'll stick with that 3.5 out of 5 right now. It's great. It's really good.
John, if you had changed it, we'd be doing push-ups, man.
Oh shit! Well,
because I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Nice.
That's why it was my most surprising movie of the summer, because I went into it after Alien Covenant. When I saw it, I was like, oh, it was kind of cool. Some of the aliens looked different. They were almost like soldier xenomorphs. But this one, it like showed the full capability that these aliens can become and made it terrifying and cool and just edge of your seat, because there were so many things that could go wrong at once. Like you said, with the blood destroying the hull, the rings outside that they could crash into, even just the vacuum of space that could just, a door opens up and it sucks everything out. And that was something the movie did really well, that I think movies forget about space. There's no sound. So when the hole blows open, there's no sound going on until they get into another room and they can airlock it. So I was like, oh, they stuck to like logical, authentic reality to it. But yeah, no, I had a lot of fun with it, and it definitely makes me want to watch Prometheus now. and give the first two like other rewatches, because in the horror community, Alien is probably on a Mount Rushmore, on a lot of people's Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I
and
wouldn't
one of the
agree
most
with that
iconic
until I
characters.
rewatched it.
Yeah. So
Damn, we should
Yeah,
do a Mount
awesome.
Rushmore segment. That just made me think of
ugh.
that.
Holy, you think Nate's
Of
choice is
something.
difficult?
Mount Rushmore
Ugh.
of something, you know?
Ooh,
Alien.
see, I like the slipcover, but isn't it just the original Blu-ray underneath,
No, I think
where
it's
it's
the
the
same.
egg?
I think it's the same.
Oh,
No, maybe that's the
Yeah.
Godzilla.
damn! I like the
Blu-ray.
original cover with the egg on it.
Oh
and-
yeah, I like that
yeah.
too.
But
I don't even
yeah,
own
either
those.
way,
If they
From
put out like a
time.
4K of all
They
of
do.
these,
They do. They have a quadruple edition 4K.
well, I need Romulus on that as well. I don't need.
Do you imagine
but
though?
there's no
Like,
Prometheus and Covenant. And,
imagine show like someone that's like just getting into movies and they've seen like the big ones that like get recommended and like they know all the big filmmakers, but they've never heard of Aliens. And you're like, okay, hold up. There's Alien, Aliens, and Alien 3. Here are the directors: Ridley Scott, James Cameron, and David Fincher. They'd be like, what? There's 3 Alien movies with those directors? Okay, then they get to Alien 3, which I haven't seen yet.
Is
But-
that David Fincher?
It's David Fincher.
I've heard
That's
it's god awful.
That's his first
Wow.
movie.
That's
And
too bad.
he made a cut and turned it over to the studio and he's like, I quit. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want to do with this movie. And the studio cut it up and they released
Ruined
it
it.
as is. And
Damn.
yeah. But yeah, there is a cut that's like the assembly cut, and I guess it's more watchable, but who knows?
More watchable. Well,
Anyway, so that was Alien Romulus. It's in theaters now. That's all I saw. Did you guys see anything else? Do you want to even do a new release Quickies thing? I mean, like, you can go really quickly on some
I watched one
stuff.
yesterday.
Oh, Nate, go ahead. What you got? What do you got?
I watched a new horror movie on Shudder.
Oh,
That Spencer actually recommended to me.
I haven't
it's
seen it.
called-
I haven't seen it. I was just informing of the new releases.
Oh, well, you sent it to me, and
Yeah.
it was a specific movie, so that's why I watched it. I won't get into too much details. It's called Hellhole. It's
Oh,
about
wow.
it's about a
Hellhole.
fracking, about a fracking company, like an oil drill company, that in Serbia, they're digging for oil, and they come across some bioorganic matter in the earth. It has a 90%.
Yeah, 90%.
oh my lord.
Are you kidding? I'm just gonna be up front. I
Okay.
gave it a 2.
Okay,
I was like,
fair enough.
oh my god. Like,
I don't know
I
anything
don't
about it.
know
I just
if
saw there was a
whoever
Shudder
made this movie
original.
was on drugs, or someone posted a thing that was like, oh, Shudder's going through its Fandango phase or something like that. I was like,
Oh,
does
what
that
does
mean?
that mean? But
Yeah, what does that
exactly,
mean?
I don't know.
Look at
Maybe
all
I don't know
those
if they have
fresh
crappy movies or
reviews.
something.
Somebody got paid
But-
off.
Oh my! I would think so, because the performances are stale. There's only
Bad
one
movie.
good thing about it, and I won't really get into it. But
This is the creature design or effects? Or...
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's how it looks. And
Oh,
I
that's a big
appreciate the
difference.
practicality of it, but there's some stuff where it's just like, this does not work.
Ooh,
It's got a
Yeah.
4.4 on IMDb. I guess
Jesus,
that's more
that's
like
hard
it.
to get. That's really hard to get.
What's its letterbox,
Yeah.
Spencer? Can you get that quick?
I maybe Hellhole.
I can look it up too if we need to.
Yeah, be careful typing
it's probably got
hellhole
like
into
a-
Google.
I
don't
think
know.
it's got like a
how it might
3
end
or a
up.
2.8, something like that.
Okay. Not off to a good start. 2.8. Yeah.
Mm,
Okay.
All right.
wow.
Well, Hellhole. Don't watch it. It's on Shudder.
Or do
Uh,
if you don't care.
Depends on what you're into, I think. I mean, I did go see another movie. I went out of my way to go to the theater and see this, so I feel like it deserves a little bit of airtime just due to my commitment. The Blake Lively
Oh, that
drama
It ends
dramedy.
with
It's not
us.
even a comedy. It's a drama, sad movie. Whatever.
like domestic
It-
abuse, right?
It ends with us. Yeah, a lot of domestic abuse in this movie.
Okay.
Or enough to, create some drama, but it was okay. I genuinely, like, there was a moment in this movie where, like, I did tear up toward the very end. Like, I don't know. It was fine. I remember Spencer being like, yeah, this movie was cut 2 different ways. I'm not sure which way you're gonna get. is it going to be the Blake Lively cut? Is it going to be the other cut? I think it was the Blake Lively cut. I don't know.
Well, it's not like there's two versions in theaters.
I know that,
the
but
director and
it's the
star
same.
hate each other, and I think Blake Lively
Wait,
took the
really?
movie behind his back and re-edited the movie with the Deadpool and Wolverine editor. Yeah, there's articles out there that confirm this. I think that state this happened, and who knows what cut is actually out in theaters? Is it the Blake Lively cut or is it the actual director's version of the movie? Because I think Blake Lively wanted to make a more like happy, like positive female empowerment type movie, and the other guy wanted to make a movie more about just like the dangers of domestic violence. And
I think we got the Blake Lively movie because like it is like you do feel empowered for her character because she's able to make like the choice that you would hope somebody in a domestic abuse situation would make. Jenny Slate's in the movie, so shout out to Marcel the Shell. And
Hi everybody.
Oh,
Hi everybody.
Hey. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it was okay. I think it's, maybe if Nate loves marital drama, there's quite a bit of it in this movie. If I could give anybody advice, it's don't get married too early before you know somebody. You never know what kind of monster lies beneath. But it ends with us.
So it's a monster movie?
In a way. We talked about two monster movies this week.
Okay.
All right. Well, it sounds like a movie that screams wait until Amazon Prime. So
you do not need to go to the movie theater and get popcorn
to check
see
it
this
out
movie.
Next year
at some point. I also saw that it's
better
2 hours and like 10 minutes.
It's long. Yeah, bro. It's
Yeah.
long. It's better. It kind of just keeps going when I'm like, okay, we're done, right? Nope.
Yeah,
Another
no,
35 minutes.
That too, but it's all good. We had fun there.
A lot of movies that have been doing that lately where it's like, this is the end. No, 30 more minutes.
Yeah. All right.
Well, plans.
I mean, I watched the two new releases that came out this weekend on streaming. Like, there's a Netflix raunchy comedy called Incoming, and then there's a new John Woo film on Peacock called The Killer. Skip both. Don't see it. They're garbage. Okay, moving on. Let's get into some trivia. This time we have.
Hi everybody. I'm here to do some trivia questions, and I would bring my grandma along, but she fell and cracked and we couldn't save her. Spoilers.
Your grandmother died, Marcel?
What are you talking about?
Okay. Well, anyways, I am not hosting the trivia this time. I'm taking a break. I'm actually competing, so I think Nate is going to be the host. So, Nate, you're up.
Oh, you're over there.
Moi? All
Screw
right.
you. I'm gonna beat your ass.
All right. We got some freaking trivia. I'm gonna say up front, it's gonna be the first one to 5 points.
Okay, we had some controversy last time, so it's probably for the best.
The questions aren't super difficult, but you may have to think a little bit. Like if you haven't seen them, it might take some thinking, but I promise these are all very capable questions.
Can we Google the answers?
No, you cannot, and do not look at any posters on your wall. And yes, thank you. No spectacular now bullcrap.
I can't see it.
I
still don't know the director. Wait, who is it?
James Ponsoldt.
Thank you. I would have known. You think I would have learned from cheating? Nope, didn't learn. Okay.
And there's no director's question, so Spencer, I'm sorry.
Thank God. Thank you for knowing our strengths. I appreciate that.
Okay. So, first question. In the realm of animated films.
Wait, are we? So is it whoever types it in first?
No, you put it in the chat.
Oh, okay.
First one to put in the chat. I'm gonna take Mainstream Boy and Quack or Ducky, whichever you want to be. I'm gonna be able to tell them apart.
I'm gonna be Marcel. If that's okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Thank you.
Okay. Question number 1, and keep your own scores too. First one to 5.
Sir. Yes, sir.
You ready, Spence? I know you're.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yep. Okay. What was the name of the little girl that Andy gives his toys to in Toy Story 3? Ducky.
I have absolutely no idea. So my guess is Sally, but it's wrong.
Okay. That is incorrect.
I feel like that's a pretty good guess. I was gonna say Chloe. It feels like it's something OE. I don't know.
It's wrong,
closest?
but you're on the right track. There is a Family Guy character with this name. Ducky.
What?
No, Marcel got it first.
Oh, did it? I'm sorry. I just
That's
saw the
okay.
last one pop up. Go ahead.
It's got to be Bonnie.
It's Bonnie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't have it typed out, and I was like, I'm not going to get this, and then I typed it really fast. Okay.
Yep. Nope, that was Bonnie. Good job, mainstream. All right. The next one is guess the movie based on the tagline.
Oh, I love
Got a
these.
little tagline here, so you got to think a little bit. The happiest sound in all the world.
The happiest sound in all the world.
Mm-hmm. Arguably the happiest sound in all the world. Marcel.
A Quiet Place.
That is incorrect.
Damn, I love silence.
Anything from the pond.
Toy Story 2.
Incorrect. This movie won Best Picture in the 60s.
Oh, fuck me.
The happiest sound in the world. Marcel.
Singing in the Rain.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Ducky.
The Sound of Music.
Oh, fuck ass.
There it is.
Damn it. I love that movie too.
Aha. I was gonna go the happiest sound.
Yeah, that's what gave it away
I
from
should
me.
have picked
What's your
Obvious
emphasis on
pronunciation.
sound? I was like, oh, okay.
And then John goes,
Best picture, the best
Singing
picture
in
in
the
this
Rain.
thing's up too.
I'm such an idiot, dude. God damn it.
All right,
That wasn't a bad guess.
all right. I
but
got one.
that is correct.
I was
Sound of
close,
Music. Tied up 1-1. All right. So this one is famous quotes from film.
Okay.
Carpe diem, seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary. Marcel.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That is incorrect.
Fuck. It's the League of.
I already forgot the quote.
Carpe diem, seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary. Ducky.
MASH. Oh, fucking.
Incorrect. This movie is starring a very famous comedian. Ducky.
Robin Williams. Oh wait, I got the name of the movie. Dead Poet Society.
That is correct. Dead Poet Society. I was gonna stand up on my chair and be like, Carpe
Captain, my
diem. Oh, Captain, my Captain. That would have been the hint if no one could get it. Be like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
Captain, my
would have
Captain.
gotten that. Okay.
Okay.
I still wouldn't have gotten it. Okay.
2 to Ducky, 1 to Mainstream Boy, but it's anyone's game. Guess the film based on the cast.
Love it.
John Goodman, Holly Hunter, and good old Nick Cage. Ducky.
Raising Arizona.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Raising Arizona.
I just couldn't remember John
Toby-
Goodman in that, but yeah, I was trying to think Holly Hunter and Nick Cage. I mean, that's definitely Raising Arizona.
I was gonna say
I think John Goodman might have played a cop or some weird character in that movie. I might be wrong, but I figured Holly Hunter and Nicolas Cage. There's only one movie that really pops up. Okay, 3-1 to Ducky. Number 5. Name the year that these 3 movies came out. So this is movie years. License to Drive, Naked Gun, Rain Man. Marcel.
78.
Incorrect.
78, dude. Come on, what the fuck? I'm gonna go
Ducky.
with 88.
That is correct.
Oh my God.
1988.
10
Yeah.
years early, dude. 78. Come on.
Well, I don't know.
Eight
Like,
movies?
These are
okay. Well, fuck. I don't know.
All right.
I got one number right. I was only one number off. If you really think about it.
Yeah, but you're
That's
10
true.
years off.
Okay. Well, either way, in my head,
10
I
years
was
is a
like
long
88.
time in terms of movies.
I almost said 88
All right.
after you said
Ducky,
it.
you are up 4-1.
Oh, can we get this?
Fuck.
Can we get it in the 137? Here we go. All right.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this one is worth 2 points if you get both parts right.
What?
What year? Just listen. What year
Okay.
What year did the original 1982 Blade Runner take place? Bonus point. What was the location?
Are you waiting for me?
55 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it change.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
2019.
That's
The
1
year.
point.
Location though, I have no idea. I'm gonna just randomly say Los Angeles, but I don't know. That's it. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Yay! All
Damn, that was a
right, I'll just
bloodbath.
say-
I almost didn't get anything.
End the recording.
All right, and thanks for watching or listening. If you made it this far, we really appreciate it. I had a ton of fun, even though I got my fucking shit kicked in. Doesn't matter. We'll see you guys in the next one at Those Movie Dudes. See you in 2 weeks. Check out First Time Watches. I'm on an episode. Oh my God! Yay!
Oh, yeah. He's gonna be on the episode
For
this
now.
week. Life of Pi.
For now.
Stay tuned. It's on Hulu. Give it a watch and come back to our episode this Thursday. And in 2 weeks from now, we'll have maybe Beetlejuice on the podcast. Some other new releases. Speak No Evil comes out, so we'll figure out something to watch in the meantime. But yeah, toodaloos. Quack quack.
At Those Movie Dudes, everybody. At Those Movie.
Let the end